First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu, has thrown her weight behind the seat reservation bill for women in the parliament, urging the National Assembly to expeditiously pass the bill into law. This bill, sponsored by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, is currently before the House of Representatives for consideration and passage. Speaking at the Arts for Governance exhibition organized by the Office of the Deputy Speaker in conjunction with Elite-Her, an advocacy group for women empowerment in Abuja Monday night, Senator Tinubu, represented by Hajia Fatima Tajuddin Abbas, the wife of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, emphasized the importance of women's leadership in shaping the country's future. She said, in the context of governance and inclusion, it offers a unique and compelling way to spotlight the urgent need for greater female representation in leadership and decision-making processes. Women constitute a vital part of our nation's progress, yet their representation in governance remains limited. Ensuring that women have a stronger voice in shaping policies, making decisions, and driving national development is not just a matter of justice, it is a necessity for stable growth. I firmly believe in the importance of women's voices in governance. In his remarks, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, who was also in attendance, decried the underrepresentation of women in governance. The Minister of Women Affairs and other notable personalities who spoke at the exhibition also expressed their commitment to ensuring the passage of the bill, which aims to increase women's representation, like they have stated, in governance. I would love to start with you as a practicing barrister. I'm trying to get the word. A practicing legal practitioner. In your terms, do you feel that it's at high time for women to have seats in parliament, like they have stated, from Remi Tinubu and the representation of Tajuddin Abbas from the House of Representatives, in order to pass this into law? Do you think it is a necessity? Is it a welcome development, if I may ask you, please?
Well, there are perspectives. Okay, if we are talking as from legal perspective, it is okay for them to amend the constitution, because that is actually where the powers will enable the National Assembly to include such aspects of our democracy in the law. Any other way would have been difficult, because except they amend the constitution and then go back to tweak section 42 that talks about discrimination, every other law or another enactment will make it be difficult to not to run contrary to section 42 of the constitution that talks about discrimination. Because if you use any other law to say let women specifically be reserved for women, that will be discriminatory. That may be discriminatory against the men. Okay, because democracy and the freedom from discrimination means everybody is allowed to go and contest, equal playing ground for everybody. What they are trying to do is they are going to restrict men from vying offices in certain constituencies and senatorial districts, or state as House of Assembly constituencies and all of that. So it will take a constitutional amendment to make that possible, without which any other law will be in conflict with section 42 of the constitution that talks that is against discriminating anybody by reason of his sex or her sex.
Well, in this instance, I'm not sure that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to.
No,
it's more like the voice of a woman has to be heard.
Yes,
in parliament.
As it is now, there is no law that is stopping women from vying and winning all the seats if they can.
Okay.
Yes. What they are trying to do is actually not allowing women. Women are already allowed to contest and become whatever.
Okay.
If they so choose. What they are trying to do is what they call affirmative action, where men will have to be restricted to empower the women to make it easier for them.
So don't you think that's a welcome development?
I'm saying that it is, but what the route they are taking is also what I'm commending. That if they had just left it to just maybe do normal, maybe enacting an act of National Assembly, it would be contradictory to Section 42 of the Constitution, which because ordinarily that law, that even though it will be constitutional amendment, it will be discriminatory somehow against the men, because in certain areas and constituencies we're telling the men, don't vie, allow only women. There's no law like that for men. As it is, women are allowed to contest with men. As it is, the law allows women to contest. As it is, women are not meeting up with men. So that is why they are trying to give them an added advantage against the men, where they will be allowed to contest only them without men being allowed to contest. That's what they're trying to do. So that would have been discriminatory if they don't amend certain sections of the Constitution and make that that aspect of the law a constitutional provision.
Thank you on that. Let me hold your thoughts on this. Please, I'd love to hear from you, Mr. Madi.
I think, to me, like he said that everyone has this right to contest. But one thing I want us to also consider is these women. When you talk about women, we're talking about this gender in general. If you go to the churches, for instance, you see them plenty. You go to classes, there are more than men. Everywhere you go to, women are plenty. But what I still ask is this. When we have a fair playing ground, why is it that they don't come first? Why is it that I don't see them winning both the election and other things? When they ask me, I don't know who to ask. I don't see them winning. Now, but
why do you think that has not been, women have not given,
it is because they are the ones bringing themselves down. If you ask me, how do I mean? You know, if you talk about jealousy in general, women does not like their fellow women. How do I mean? If you see one sister with an American wig, and you are, yes, there is a way they feel, there is a way they reason. This sister, already she's putting on American wig, we will now go and support her. That means she will go and buy Brazilian hair now. That's the dirty mindset they have. Now, but I'm also considering the person who is throwing weight behind this bill, which is the wife of the president. If you look at it critically, you see that they had to go to her. They went to her, not like she on her own wanted this thing. They went to her, and by so doing, what they are trying to do is to match the men down. I'm telling you, all they want to do is to match the men down. And how do I mean by that? They want to match the men down. They want in a situation whereby they will also be considered always and say, men has been going now. Let us.
But this bill was also backed by Kalu, the Speaker of House of Representatives.
I just told you that. You said the person whose weight, which is Remi, Tinubu, the wife of the president. There is no way such person would want to say, I want to join these people and present on something to the Speaker of the House. That the Speaker will say no. From today Nigeria, I don't know about yesterday Nigeria. So there is no way Kalu will say no for now. But Kalu, it still does not mean that Kalu is the one who has to make decision concerning that particular bill that is being brought before the House. But what I am saying is that women, please, we are begging you for this reservation part. Do consider the fair playing ground and do away with this your consideration that there should be a seat reserved for women. Please, women, hear us. We are never cheating you. I mean, we have never said that you don't have right. The law, it is there in the law that everybody has right to contest. They should come out. To me, check all the campaigns that they go in Nigeria. Is it not women that are more? Are women not more than men? You look at classroom. If you look at the classroom in which all of us went through, scaled through, you see that most of women even come first. I've been in the class where back to back, a girl was coming first. Doesn't mean that they cannot replicate it in life, in the society. They can. So they should stop this, their affair. We know where they are going to. They want to use petty way and push the men away from. Everybody should come.
But I don't think that's actually the way.
But beyond the legalism and politics of it. If you really want to fight for women, I'm talking about the First Lady and who was represented there by the wife of the speaker, Fatima.
Wife of the speaker.
Yes, she was representing that ceremony. Well, it was actually an exhibition sort of.
Yeah.
They did, and then they had to now make this case for women, where we have now been heard that the deputy speaker is sponsoring a bill. Well, it is not just to make a law to say more women will be allowed to come into the political scene that is important. The women that are already there, what are you doing to them? Okay. I expected the president and even the women folk to stand by the Natasha Uduaghan's case about seats and all of that. The women that are currently in the National Assembly, the four of them, what is the support base? What has the president's wife come out, the state lady, come out to speak in favor of the women that are alleging they are being marginalized? Few months ago, Senator Reti Kingigbe was finding it difficult, okay, to even assert her position as the senator representing the FCT and then the FCT minister. How many did the first lady come to stand behind the Reti Kingigbe? Say no, as the elected highest officer from the FCT, you should be given your according space. She was being told to go and hug the transformer by the minister of FCT. What did the Senate president? I'm sorry. What did the first lady? What did she do to stand beside the women that was being asked to go and hug transformer if she doesn't like the activities of the FCT meeting? So the women that are there, how you treat them will actually motivate other women to come to join politics. Because when you see a female senator being told, asked to sit here, don't sit here, suspend or not suspend, what she's going through, and the allegation as she's been alleged that she was being sexually harassed by the Senate president. All of that can scare women away. No matter how many laws you make to ask women to, because it's their mental well-being and all of that. When a woman says, oh, I want to go into politics, ask her, can you do this? Because they're making the thing very tough for them. The environment, is it conducive for women to play? Is it the women that are there? It is how you treat them that will determine and spur more women to come to be interested. If not, no matter how many affirmative actions you make, it will only be them bringing their wives or their sisters to fill in the space. Genuine women that have passion for development of the society may not want to come in if this atmosphere remains like this, where it's too toxic, where the only two senators we have in the National Assembly, Reti Kingigbe had a turn with the Senate president when she was almost being stopped from presenting a bill, and then the minister of FCT asking her to go and hug transformer, and the women, including the first lady, did not come to stand behind her. If you're actually interested in making sure that women take the front seat or participate, support those that are already there that manage to find their way there. The Senator Natasha, we saw how difficult it was for her, where they even had to use bulldozer. The former governor, the former government of Kogi State, had to use bulldozer to block the road leading to where she would go to cast her vote. And how INEC even made it difficult for her that she was not even declared the winner until she had to go through court and all of that. So let us support the women that are already there, so that that's the only way it will enable and encourage and motivate more women to come and contest, not laws. Because if you make it easier for them, the law did not say women cannot. It's just that when women see what they have to go through, the sexual harassment aspect, how many men will allow their wives to go through the route of what Natasha is just saying? Because in every nonsense there is a sense. Until it's investigated, we don't know what exactly happened. Whether it will be a word against the word of the Senate president. And now that she says she has the evidence, let us see how the evidence. But you cannot just rubbish or wave out what she has said with a wave of hand. It is important that the environment, the political scene, is made to protect the women now.
Okay, if we have to go on same related story that you have mentioned, if we have to go to the Lagos State Assembly crisis that's going on, do we still say that that's also affected women in the position of authority or leadership, where this issue with Obasa and Miranda that actually come up? Do we actually involve that in that kind of situation?
Well, that Lagos Assembly was much more of politics than gender representation. Because what played out is not I think the power play in Lagos State favored the return of Honorable Obasa back to the house and did not support his actual removal. So that's why I say the stiffening of democratic space in Nigeria. Yeah, there's in corporate law and practices, there's what they call shadow directors. That director by whose interest other directors are accustomed to act.
Okay.
And so somebody, you don't see that the director in the company, you don't see him. It's not always visible, but he's so powerful that by his own dictates and interests, other directors are accustomed to act. That's what plays out in Nigerian politics. And that's it is even affecting other institutions of government. It is what the president wants. What does the power that be want in this circumstance? It will be what will play out. That is why Lagos House of Assembly members who came by their own and dethroned their former speaker and elected the lady Miranda. All of a sudden, too, you see that when the lady was resigning, she said it was not just based on her personal interest, but the interest of the leaders of the state. Who is the leader of the party in Lagos State? I guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
He's the president. So, and who actually brought DSS? Who saw DSS coming to seize the House of Assembly and all of that, and then the Obasa is now called back. When he was on TV the other day in his session, he was saying, "Oh, the president is his boss and all of that," showing that actually he has the rapprochement and the support and by the backing of the president. So it's actually what somebody wanted. That is the democracy in Lagos State. And that's the danger of Nigerian democracy in this Fourth Republic.
Thank you so much on that. Do you have anything else to say, or should we move forward?
Nothing. If you want me to say something, I'll still say something, because the Obasa issue, I am compelled to say that it is a family affair. Something actually happened within the family, and as at that early time, they were not agreeing. Later, whoever you just mentioned, that is the person's priority that they wanted. So when he went back to the person as to lawyer himself, it was also reconsidered.
Okay, so in this instance, it's not a thing of gender, it's a politically orchestrated
it's just the collateral damage that a woman has to give out to resign, to give way, to give way to the interest of the power that
yes, exactly.
Okay.